What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jay coming back with another video. Before we get started, make sure you smash that like, that thumbs up. It is much appreciated. And of course, if you have not already, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notifications for content streams just like this. Tonight, I will be streaming the Boston Celtics versus the Philadelphia 76ers. That will be tonight at 8 p.m. So make sure that you guys lock it in and, of course, subscribe. Now, let's get into the topic at hand, Mr. Russell Westbrook. Mr. Russell Westbrook. Talented, fierce, able to dominate on offense. So, what's been the issue? Why can't he lead a team? Well, some would say that he's past his prime, and at this point, he's basically winding down his career. He's been one of the most dominant players in the NBA, right? He's made a name for himself with his athleticism, impressive stat lines, triple doubles, double doubles. He's always had great stats, but his ability to lead and take his team to the top to win has always been in question. And that's one of the biggest problems as far as figuring out why he has not been able to do that, no matter what team he's been on. I mean, we can go back to the Oklahoma days if you want, but most people have looking at the Lakers time, right? He earned the team or earned the nickname West Brick because of his time with the Lakers, which is really unfortunate because he's been such a great player. And I was actually having a conversation with a couple of friends of mine as far as the ability of teams who have too much talent, right? Too much ego. What happens when you have just too much of something? Because that's where the league's going, right? We want to have a team full of superstars so we can get to the championship and we can win. But the biggest problem with, to me at least, with Russell Westbrook is not his work ethic, right? Because we know he could ball. It's in the stats. We know that. But it's his inability to keep his emotions in check. You can be very passionate about the game. You can be very dominant and want to, I guess, and it's the word that I'm looking for is have the ability to be intense, right? But you can also learn how to control that. Michael Jordan was intense, right? Sean Kemp was intense. Patrick Ewing was intense. But there's a difference between being intense and emotional. And in his later years in the game, he started emotional. Let's get into some of the stats. Y'all know me, I'm a stats man. Let's get into some of the stats. 22-23 season, Mr. Russell Westbrook. He's averaging 15.9. He is 66th in the league. He's averaging 6.2 rebounds, 57th in the league, and he's averaging 7.6 assists, which is 8th in the league, which is really good. Field goal percentage, 41.9, 116th in the league. He's not having a good year at 34 years old. Getting into his career stats, he's averaged 34 minutes, 43% on the field goals, 30% on three-pointers, rebounds 7.3, assists 8.4, blocks 0.3, steals 1.6, points 22.5. So, is Mr. Russell Westbrook heading out the game? Or does he still have the ability to come back and show some light of what he once was to get himself a ring? Shout out to Ryan, says Russell Westbrook equals frog. Much love to you guys. I do want to let you guys know you have not seen much of me lately because I was on vacation. I had to take a vacation. I had to take a little bit of time off. Had to get my mind right. Had to get some clarity. I'm back. I'm focused. I'm ready to go. It's basketball season. We've got college coming up. So I am back. I am ready. So yeah, Shout out to David. Shout out to Nate Plays. Shout out to Jerry. What's going on already? Mr. Jerry Fuentes. Wrench Gang in the house. Shout out to the family. Much love to everybody. Also, Grateful Expat coming through with the $20 super chat. Let's go. Keep it real, brother, as always. Grateful Expat. Thanks a lot. Thanks for the support. Thank you and much love. Ryan says Jay went to Miami and got refreshed. Ryan always coming through with the hot takes. I was close. I was close to Miami. I had a great time down there. It was fun. And yeah, let's just say I got some good news coming for you guys soon. It was some good stuff down there. Shout out to you, Brian. Jerry Flynn says Paul George did a bad shot. Nate Plays Russell Wilson or Russell Westbrook equals you're as cold as ice. So check this out. Here's my thing. And this is why I basically made this video. Donaldson says that smile and laugh told it all. So check this out. Russell Westbrook, and this is why I said like being a leader, being able to lead and take your team to where they need to go and being a winner is not just about, padding your stats or having a great stat line, right? How about not getting fouled out so your team has a chance to win and double overtime? How about that? Right? We all know what Paul George can do and Kawhi Leonard, but hey, let's get them some help because there's no reason that they should have lost by 1 point to the Kings. And that's not to discredit Sabonis, Malik Monk, and Darren Fox, right? That's not to discredit the Kings and say that they're a bad team, but they're the Kings, and the Clippers does have more talent on an offensive and possibly defensive level. It's just interesting to see it. That is all. David says you can't have more turnovers than assists and be a leader. Just saying. There you go. Shout out to Robert Miller. As a UCLA graduate, I want Russell to succeed, but he has and always will be always about himself and his stats. He won't give you a title. Now that he is with Chris Paul, it is a double curse. Listen, like this is what I'm saying. Why is it that he has not been able to find his leadership role, right? He has not been able to create, even in his, because he's a veteran, right? The last years of his career should be okay. You coming into a leadership role, take your team to where you need to take them because you want a ring, not just because you want to look good on paper. We know what you can do, but can you go win while doing it? That's the question now. Shout out to Ryan says, how are the Battle Girls doing out there now? Haven't been in a couple years. So Ryan, I didn't make it as far as Miami. I was about 3 hours away. But where I was, it was very nice. It was very nice. I had fun. I had an interesting time. I met some great people. And yeah, it was a great time. It's a great time. I came home. I came home with some stuff in my bag that I probably shouldn't have. Completely legal, guys. I want to throw that out there. It was completely legal what I came home with in my bag. It was kind of crazy. Shout out to David says, and nobody is talking about the defense in game 2 overtimes and both teams score 170 plus points. Come on. So this is very important, David. I'm glad you brought this up. There is no reason why two NBA teams should combine for 170 plus points in an NBA game. Where is the defense? What are they doing on both sides? This is crazy. We're breaking all kinds of like scoring records and like point records in the NBA right now because nobody's playing defense. It's crazy. Shout out to Donaldson says, there we go. Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm going to end it at this because, like I said, tonight, guys, I'm going to be doing the Boston Celtics and Philadelphia 76ers game. But I wanted to hop on obviously to have this video for you guys and give you a quick update. Shout out to Grateful Expat coming through with another $20 super chat. Let's go. This is your sports coverage can best described as superlative. Thank you. Shout out to you, Grateful Expat. Here's the thing. Obviously, like, I'm not trying to be like ESPN and I'm not trying to be like these other guys, right? I love sports. I love talking about sports with you guys. I love getting your insight. I love for it to be a good time and just friends and family talking about sports, right? And I've managed to do that and obviously, grow this channel with you guys to where it's been a great experience. So I love it. I love it. Shout out to you, Grateful Expat. Thank you for the support. And let me get you a wrench. No, you got a wrench. Yeah, you got a wrench. I had to make sure you were wrenched up. So shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. David says that's ridiculous. And both Leonard and PG-13 are defensive players. Exactly. I don't know. The NBA is changing. I think it's changing for the worse. It's becoming a lot soft. There's no defense being played. I think when they removed hand checking, which is one of the biggest things, that was like the turn of the dynamic. I remember because I played basketball. It's heavy into basketball, and I still play basketball. Hand checking was like it. You couldn't just blow past people because when they hand checked you. You didn't have the ability to move. You actually had to be nice enough and have the right handles and create the right amount of space to actually shoot over someone and score or drive to the hole and score and be dominant. Now you can't lay a finger on anybody. It's crazy. Jerry Fuentes says Westbrook still missing layups and bad passes. What was his 3-point percentage in that game? Uh what was it? 25%. And he played 39 minutes, had 17 points. He had 7 turnovers. Let me pull so you guys can see this. The man had 7 turnovers. One steal. Davis has turned into another all-star game. Right? There was no defense whatsoever played in the all-star game. I was watching that too, and I was just like, wow, what's going on here? You got Jason Tatum just shooting threes from wherever he wanted, making them. He took the scoring record. It was crazy. Unbelievable. Shout out to Jerry. NFL and NBA got soft. That's where we're going. The game is not what it used to be. Robert Miller says agreed. Point guards used to get mauled advancing the ball. Exactly. Right. But that was the sport that we loved. Right. A lot of I'll even say like millennials. Right. I'll say millennials. We grew up watching that game. I think millennials are like what 30 to like 33 to like 43 or something like that. Let me get the millennials age. Let me make sure. Make sure that I'm right. Uh let's see. 80s. Was it 80s to no 81 to 96. There it is. Yeah, 81 and 96. So yeah, like 40, 30, yeah, 30 to like 40-ish, right? We're used to the old game. We grew up watching, Jordan, Tim Duncan, Glenn Rice, Gary Payton, all those old boys. So now when you're watching the game and how it's obviously evolved, they're more athletic. But the game's not as tough. It's not as tough. Shout out to Grateful Expat coming through says, do you think Seattle will ever get another NBA team? I don't know. I'll tell you this. I did like the Seattle Supersonics. Um I liked them when, Gary Payton was there. I liked them when Sean Kemp was there. Sean Kemp was a monster. Some people just seem to forget about him all the time. They're like, Vince Carter was the best dunker in the NBA. No, that man, Sean Kemp, was so dominant in the paint. He would make Giannis look soft down there. I'm just being real with you. Somebody's going to want to fight. After I say that, come see me. But Sean Kemp would have gave Giannis trouble coming down that lane. Just got to keep it real. But to answer your question, Grateful Expat, I don't know. I think I think that moving to Oklahoma and becoming the Thunder was kind of a bad deal. Um, because I'll be honest, I'm not flying out to Oklahoma anytime soon to watch a game. I would have rather went to Seattle. So I would like to see it. I would like to see it. Shout out to Grateful Expat. Sean Kemp sells weed now. Don't they all? Don't they all? They all have like that the cannabis business now. That's where the money is. Start looking it up, guys. Big money in cannabis and all that kind of stuff. Definitely opportunities for growth. Um, We've got some more content coming on. We need clarity, but tonight, guys, like I said, Boston Celtics, 76ers. I will be streaming. I'm back at it. NBA next month. We're going to have March Madness. I'm ready for that as well. We're going at it full throttle. I am back. I'm at 100%, and I am ready to go. Jerry Fuentes ends it with Matt Barnes was smoking weed before games. I'm sure there was a lot of other players doing way more than just that, bro. Way more than just that. Shout out to you guys. I will see you all later. Like I said, make sure you smash it like that thumbs up, subscribe if you have not, turn on your notifications. I will see you later for the Boston Celtics and 76ers March Madness. Grateful Expat, are you going to cover any XFL? Yes, I will. You guys have been mentioning it. I checked out a game or two. I'm like, you know what? I'm down with it. For the people who still want football, we'll throw in some XFL and we'll get that going. All right. Feels good to be back. I'm ready. Full throttle, full steam ahead. We're going to get some XFL in there, NBA, and college. Last one. Gemini Don says Tyronn Lue admit he didn't play man enough. Seems like he already talking about playing Russ less. Yeah. Yeah. It's tough. It's tough. Russell Westbrook is on his last leg. He's at the end of his career. I would like to see more from him, but hey, it seems like he's comfortable in his role, and he's always been comfortable in doing what he's been doing. So, Russell Westbrook, I hope you do better, man. I'd like to see you win, get a ring under your belt, but who knows? Maybe you'll always be known as the player who had great stats. Shout out to you guys. I'll see you later tonight. Peace out.